Okay, this video is completing a table for an absolute value function. So the first thing is my function is f of h is equal to the absolute value of 9h. So these are the values I have for h, -5, 0, 5, and 10. So I'm going to plug them in. F of -5 means I'm going to substitute in a -5 where I see an h. Okay, the first thing I do is I simplify inside my absolute value first. So 9 times -5 is -45, and the absolute value of -45 is +45. Remember, absolute value is the distance away from 0. It is always positive. So now I have f of 0 equals the absolute value of 9 times 0. 9 times 0 is 0, and the absolute value of 0 is still 0. Okay, now I'm going to evaluate for +5. F of +5 is the absolute value of 9 times 5. 9 times 5 we said was 45, and the absolute value of a positive number stays positive. And last, I have the absolute value, or I'm substituting in a 10. So absolute value of 9 times 10 is 90. Absolute value of 90 stays positive and is still 90. Okay, in the second example, it's a little bit more complicated because I have to absolute value first, then I multiply by 3, then I subtract 8. So it is quite possible that we're going to get a negative output value because absolute value doesn't mean that the whole entire problem, every single answer is positive. It just means that whatever's inside the absolute value will be positive. So if I find f of -1, that means I'm substituting in a -1 wherever I see t. Simplifying inside my absolute value first, the absolute value of -1 is +1, and 3 times 1 minus 8 is -5. Finding f of 0 now. So f of 0 means I'm taking 3 times the absolute value of 0 and subtracting 8. The absolute value of 0 is 0, and 3 times 0. I'm trying to move this trash can and it just won't move. Okay. Oh well. 3 times 0 minus 8 is 0 minus 8, and that's -8. So I'm getting negative answers here, but that's okay. That doesn't mean I'm doing anything wrong. Okay, substituting in a 1, f of 1 means I'm taking 3 times the absolute value of 1 and subtracting 8. The absolute value of 1 is 1, and 3 times 1 is 3. Subtract 8, I get -5 again. And last but not least, we're plugging in a 2. So f of 2 means I'm taking 3 times the absolute value of 2 and subtracting 8. The absolute value of a positive number stays positive, and that's 6 minus 8, which is -2.